Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Houston Kilby YouTube channel, and today we are working on GTO. We got a fun little project here today. This is probably going to be a couple different episodes, but in this episode what we're going to try to do is we're going to try our best to fill in this rear glass area with Lexan, okay? We're going to use some pretty high-end Lexan, some stuff that's supposed to be scratch resistance. They make that stuff in several different levels and stuff, and this is like what they call like MR10 or MR10,000, and they even call some of this stuff SR2, depending on what company you get it from. But anyways, this will be 3/16 Lexan, and yeah, so we got to do the windshield, these triangle areas, and then the back glass as well is what we're going to do in Lexan. So in this episode, to fill in this area here, I'm going to have Jesse come on over here so we can kind of zoom into some problem areas at what we got going on here. So the first problem that we had was this piece of chrome trim that was in here. That's where the original glass would roll up and down, okay? And this was like the rubber seal that was in there, and it had a little chrome trim on it, all right? That's got to come out. The reason for that is we've got to box this in, okay? Because we need to put ourselves some little tabs in here to mount that Lexan to. And at the same time, we got to have the Lexan even with our glass that's in the door. So Jesse, stand back just a second here. I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah, man.
Let these guys and gals see this. We got a very complicated situation going on, as always. So there's the glass. I'm wanting to keep the original glass in it for now, and I'm wanting to keep the original doors in it for now. But all that stuff is removable, okay? And the reason I'm wanting to keep the original doors in it is because the windows work, the triangle vent windows work, and all that stuff, and that's kind of neat things to have as a street car.
Yeah, man.
You got that right?
Yeah, you can roll them up and down.
Roll up and down. It's the cheapest form of air conditioner you can get.
Yeah.
So all those things being said, when we fill this panel in right here, we'll have to make some tubing that welds in down here and also forms this same arc right here. So when we go to put the Lexan on there, it still kind of has that same curvature that this window has.
It's got a curve in it, guys, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's got a very slight curve to it. And we're going to try our best to get that Lexan to do that too. Now, it won't do it as good, of course, as perfect as like what the glass is, but we can get it as close as we can to try to blend it in the best we can. So we got that going on. So there's going to be a lot of things in this area that you guys are going to see. And one last thing I will talk about is this being a, what do they call these, a hardtop car, Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on a hardtop car, they don't have a post here. All right, so they got a piece of rubber that goes from all the way from down here, that goes all the way back down in here, okay? And that rubber went inside this piece of chrome that went in there. All right, so we're still going to retain this. We're going to cut this piece of chrome right here. All right, and we're still going to use the original rubber. We're going to have to buy some new, of course, and it'll still mount into stock location, but it's going to stop right in here where this glass ends. So right there, so it'll still have a good seal to it. It'll still look very nice and clean like a stock hot rod would be, but from here on out, it's going to be Lexan. I know a lot of people's like, why in the world didn't you just mount the original glass back in it and that sort of thing? Well, for two reasons. Number one is because we had to cut out the inside of this panel in here. If I don't seal this up, if it rains or at least a little bit of water whatsoever, it's all going inside the car right in there. And at the same time, I'm wanting to try to cut some of this air off right in here of getting air back in the car. I get it. We're going to have some go in right here just because it's a hard top and not a post car. But we're going to try our best we can to seal this stuff off and help with wind and that sort of thing. And plus seal it off from the weather. So we got a lot of work to do ahead of us here. And we're going to try to get these steps out for you guys so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. But this will be I guess, episode 1 of the Lexan install. So let's get to it.
Yeah, man.
Cleaned up.
Yeah, I think that'll work, buddy.
I think it'll work. Good deal. We got the man with the plan on it right now.
Always, man.
Give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek too. This is the Lexan right under here.
Yeah, man.
Boom, right there. And no, the tint isn't blue. That's just the cover that's on it. So it's double covered on both sides. You can kind of see a corner right there.
Alright guys, so we got some tubing out here, and I found if you put it in the English wheel and put some pressure on this deal, you can actually get an arc put in your tubing. And this worked out really well. It's now time to tack this deal in, and we want this to also have enough space for the Lexan, so you got to offset this thing enough so you can fit the Lexan in there. Alright, so up next, this is where it gets really complicated and really kind of aggravating at the same time. And I've been using these bolt pattern strips. I've used these in the floorboard of the car, and they work great for straight long links, and they also work great for like square and rectangle patterns. When it comes to arcs and triangles and stuff, you have to do like what I've been doing here and put relief cuts in it and then weld it back up and sand it all back down again, and then you can make it follow the pattern you want. The only problem I ran into is these two holes right here. No matter what you do, when you start out with a designated hole bolt pattern that's already set up on a bracket, it will always, depending on the shape that you're wanting to use it for, you may have 1 or 2 bolt holes that aren't at the same spacing, and that's the most aggravatingest thing ever. But most people wouldn't see it, but I know my fabrication buddies are going to see it and be like, what the heck did you do? And that's what happened there. But anyways, it sucked that went down, but I made both sides the same. Unless you're really looking at it, you won't see it. But everywhere else I tried to put that offset bolt pattern at, it looked even worse, like really bad. So anyways, I think it still turned out pretty good. But it's now time to get on into the Lexan part.
Alright guys, it's time to take our template and just laid it out on our Lexan right here. And it's time to cut this bad boy out. And we'll show you guys how we do that with a cutoff wheel. And it'll end up looking like this right there on the side of the hot rod there. So let's get after it. You gotta be careful with this. You wanna make sure when you're cutting this with the grinder, you got to use both hands and stuff, and sometimes that grinder will want to skip on you sometimes. You got to be careful. You don't want to gouge into your new piece of Lexan. So let's get to cutting here.
What's going on, guys and gals? It's Jesse. But yeah, if you look at this big old gaping hole, the old Chevelle's gone, you know what I mean? It's just give you an update of what's happening with it right now. We run out of parts, and we're still hot. The hood's being still at the body shop. The front header panel is still at the body shop, and I still got to get my grill and stuff for it. So I hit it with all I got, and it was hitting my banking account like rapid fires. So and then I was like, whoa, I gotta slow down here because I've got life ahead of them fighting on me at the same time. So yeah, we took it there at the garage like me and Houston was wanting to do. Get it running, we can take it back and forth to the shop it's being stored at. So yeah, that's where it's at. But as soon as I get some parts in, it's back at you. So yeah, man.
Yeah, guys, we just kind of want to give y'all a heads up and stuff on the Chevelle, and that's kind of what we wanted to do with this thing anyways.
Yeah.
The biggest goal was Jesse had a lot of parts that were piled up to get this thing running and driving, and that's what we done with it.
Yeah.
We got it running and driving. He can move it around and stuff, that sort of thing. And right now, what you're saving up for trying to figure out what you're going to do paint job wise.
Yeah,
and all
I'm
that
still,
stuff.
and drop in the comments where me and Houston's torn about the windshield ordeal.
Yeah.
Because I want to get the car out this summer and literally enjoy it. I mean, I know it ain't the prettiest thing out there, but the darn thing runs and drives like a brand new one.
Yeah.
And so me and Houston were torn about how about putting the windows in. And you're like, dang, should we put the windows in it because they're going to be took right back out for paint? And you know, and it's like, what do we do at this moment?
Yeah, we're stuck in a hard place. You guys definitely
Yeah.
comment down below on what to do there, because what we basically have going on is, you know, can we shoot the door jams and the window jams, and go ahead and have that stuff painted, and then go ahead and put the windows in it, but not put the chrome in it type deal. I don't know.
Yeah, me and Houston's just torn about
We're kind
it.
of torn on what to do with that thing right now, because, you know, I mean, golly, with paint jobs over $5,000 to get a nice one done to it.
That was my body guy. That was right off the top of his head. That's how much it's going to
Yeah.
cost for his labor and material.
Right. So we gotta save up.
Yeah.
But there is things that we're gonna keep working on, that we're gonna keep doing.
Oh yeah, I got something coming your all's
Yeah.
way. Just give me a little time. It's gonna be.
We've got several projects that have just been kind of sitting to the side that we're gonna bring back up and stuff, and do little things too and stuff.
Yeah.
But the Chevelle, it won't stop. We're gonna keep working on it and
just
stuff.
it'll be picked at when I can. You know,
Yeah.
I'm never giving up on that car by no means.
Yeah, no, and we're not giving up on it by no means at all. It's just, I knew you guys would be asking about it. We've got it running. We've got it driving.
Yeah, it starts literally every time it starts, the better it drives. I mean, it's awesome. Car runs great.
Yeah, it's doing great. But we just want to give you guys an update on it. There will be more videos on it to come shortly. He's just waiting on parts to come in before we do more episodes on it.
Yeah,
and
man.
we need to free up some space for
Exactly.
projects that we're doing, because we need this whole table laid out for the Lexan and
windows.
stuff. And I asked Jesse, I was like, hey man, if you don't mind, take the Chevelle home, and that way I can use it to lay out for the windows
Yeah, and
for
I got
the GTO. So that's what we're working on
And
now.
I got the new garage door on and everything. It's under lock and key.
Yep.
And thank you, Ace Garage Doors. David Cole, man, you rocked it, brother. Appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. It helped me out a lot.
Yeah,
So,
they done a good job with that. If you would, send me a picture of that, and we'll slap that in the video so
Will
everybody
do,
can see.
man. Will
But
do.
they done a good job on
If
the
you're
garage
Johnson
door.
C local around here, them guys are to hit up. They can rock any garage door you need.
Heck yeah, guys. Alrighty, guys. So we just got our window and stuff put in on both sides. We've got it cut out and we've got it fitted in. And this thing is looking pretty good on both sides there. I'm super excited about this. I don't have my screws, my Allen heads to bolt these things down yet. I'm waiting on those things to come in. Shipping right now and getting parts in is kind of weird right now during these crazy times. But anyways, we're gonna keep on working, keep doing the best that we can. So we got this in. Up next, in the next episode, you guys will get to see us working on the front windshield and the rear windshield. And when we go to put our countersink screws in, I'll show you guys how we do that as well. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode. One thing I wanted to talk about was on the mounts here. There is another way of doing that, and I didn't show that, and that is with these little tabs like this here. You can put these in there and you can spread them out, but on my car, I wanted to be able to seal up a little bit more right here, and I'm hoping with the way that I've done this that I can seal that up, and it'll help keep a little bit of weather out of the inside of the car type of deal when we're on the street and stuff. So that's the reason why I went with those strips there. But anyways, guys, that's it for us here. Thank you guys so much for being supportive of our channel and stuff. It has been blowing up big time. The views are going crazy right now. The subscribers are going crazy. I can't thank you guys enough. Don't forget to pick yourself up a Full Metal Goat t-shirt. Those things are going off the chain right now. So don't forget to pick up one of those before we're out of stock. So again, thank you all so much. Yeah, that's it for us, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to go over to KillerMotorsports.com, where we've got all kinds of merch over there.
and all kinds of high performance products as well. And definitely a big shout out to our sponsors and partners. Till next time, you guys have a good one.